Hey Hornet fans, we are back.
Yep, we are starting off our second half of the game. McGill is leading with a score of 29-6.
You must keep thinking about that win we took from McGill.
I think I'm channeling that game and hoping that we'll be able to do the same here. Um, so hopefully me accidentally getting their name wrong will allow that to happen. Um, McGill has possession. McGill was able to have possession of the ball at the 25 near the 20-yard line. They have their first down. They were able to make the snap to complete the snap, but their offense was not able to get the ball very far and get through our nest of hornets. I love our mascot. So easily to come up with analogies and metaphors with them. They still have possession of the ball and are still at the 25-yard line. They have their second down, and we still have 11 minutes and 24 seconds left of the game. He was able to complete the throw, and number 14 was able to catch the ball and was able to bring it all the way down to midfield until he was brought down by one of the defensive players from the Baker Hornets. This play was able to allow them to get a fresh set of downs at the midfield. Number 2 handed off the ball to number 1, and he got into a type of hurdle on the ground in order to protect himself from the defensive players. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to get any positive yards and was brought back to the 45-yard line. This means that McGill has possession.
We haven't even played MGM.
Nope, we haven't. So
I guess that must be a lucky game because you keep speaking.
I guess. I don't know what's up. I guess there are just too many M schools in our district. MGM, McGill still has possession of the ball at midfield with their second down. 10 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game. They're preparing to make the snap to the quarterback. Number 2 gets the ball and throws it to number 14.
It is taken.
He was able to complete the throw and was able to run it down near the 40th yard line. I guess that number 2 and number 14. Number 2 and number 14 have this type of connection. I guess because their quarterback has been able to throw it to number 14, and 14 has been able to catch it throughout the entire game.
Well, that is the wide receiver, right?
I believe so. So the quarterback and the wide receivers seem to be doing their job pretty well. Tips to them, I guess. McGill still has possession of the ball. They have their first down at the 40-yard line. Number 2 is able to throw the ball to number 7, although number 7 tried very hard to get past our defense. He was unable to do so and was brought back near the 30-yard line at the 31st yard line. This has been a good start for the second half on McGill's side, not so much for our Hornets. I think that our Hornets need to bring up their defensive game, and they need to be able to take down the offense. Number 2 hands off the ball to number 5. He's able to make it through our defense, but is brought down near the 23rd yard line. Unfortunately, there seems to be a flag on the play.
Oh, I didn't even see it.
The refs have called it on McGill's side and has brought them back. He's brought them back to the 40-yard line. 40-yard line, so that play that they were just able to manage is all for naught. McGill has first down, still has possession of the ball, is at the 40-yard line, and only has 9 minutes and 11 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. He snaps the ball off to number 2. Number 2 throws the ball. That was a wide pass.
And it was interfered.
Yes, it was interfered
by Aries Lawson.
Ooh, go Aries.
Good job, Aries.
As we said earlier, Aries is a
multi-sport player.
You're right. And he is essential to all the games, as he is our he's one of our star players this season.
Receiver.
McGill still has possession of the ball at the 40-yard line. They have this attempt and 2 more afterwards to try and run the ball from the 40 all the way down to their end zone. I'm not sure if they'll be able to do it, but they've been doing pretty good so far. The snap was handed off to number 2.
5, and he is thrown by number 2.
Yep, number 5 was able to get possession of the ball,
Rashawn.
but was brought down
by
Rashawn. And they were brought back from the 40 all the way to the 42-yard line, and as they head into their third down. The offensive line for McGill lines back up as they prepare to snap the ball off to their quarterback, number 2. I'm not a fortune teller, but I'm pretty sure he might throw it off to number 14. And number 2 was going to throw it off, realized that there was no chance. He tries to run it and is brought down at the 40-yard line.
Number 2 seemed to have slipped, maybe?
Yeah, you're right. Number 2 seems to be a really good athlete at all varieties, because he has a really good throw, but he's also able to run fast. And that's something that you need in a quarterback, is that they'll be able to throw, but they'll also be able to run fast in the chance that they're not able to
throw the ball
off. They are now heading into their fourth down, and number 2 also kicks the ball, and he kicks it to the 15-yard line, where Baker will now have possession of the ball and try to run it down to our end zone.
So I noticed when the ball is basically dead, but before they notice it's dead, they try to run to it and get it. Why do you think it's that?
I think that they know the football rules, or else they wouldn't be playing, but they always want to look for the chance to be able to get possession of the ball. And even if there is that slight chance that it may not have been called dead yet, that they will still be able to get possession of the ball before it is. I'm no football player or football pro, so I'm completely guessing here.
The ball is thrown to...
Yep, the snap was made. Number 9 was able to get the ball, threw it to one of his players. There seemed to be miscommunication. McGill was able to pick up the ball and was able to get a touchdown from it.
Wow, that is crazy.
That was a bad play on our part, but as we said earlier, McGill is always going to take that chance to try and get possession of the ball, and they did it this time, and it paid off for them. And that brings their score up from 29 to 35.
So that was basically an example about getting the ball.
Yep. They always need to try and go for the ball. McGill is lining back up to be able to try and go for the extra point for the field goal. He kicks the ball, and the ref calls approval for the field goal. The kick is good. The score is now 36 to 6. They are beating us by 30 points.
Wow.
So this is going to be an interesting game. The second half. We're going to have to definitely put in a lot of effort. Try to have as much spirit from the crowd as possible. As we said earlier, this is a very challenging team. It tries our skill. They're showing lots of skill tonight, which you can expect from an undefeated team. But as we said earlier, we still need this win. We need to be able to take home this win to keep an even amount of wins and losses this season, which is impressive. McGill is lined up at the 40-yard line, kicks the ball all the way down to the goal line. Baker picks up the ball. It seemed that he was about to run it, but realized there was no chance of being able to get through. And so now Baker has possession of the ball.
So he caught the ball, dropped the ball, and then just caught it a fair catch.
Yeah. That was just a bad play on our part. But
once again.
Yep, but McGill is going to take every opportunity that they can in order to get some more points on the board, and they did. They got the chance, and they took it. So we need to be more like them in that aspect of taking every opportunity, taking it to our advantage, and trying to get some points from it. It seems that the teams called a timeout as they try to discuss the plans of going in back to the game. McGill heads back out. Their defensive team heads back out to take on Baker's offense. Baker has McGill is getting ready to line back up to Baker is getting ready to kick the ball off to McGill. I'm not really sure what happened there, but
me either.
Baker kicks the ball off to McGill. McGill catches it at the 40-yard line and tries to run it past our Hornets. And trips up. Our defense was surrounding him, but it seemed as if they didn't want to exactly go for him. But he was able to make it from one 40-yard line to the other within the matter of seconds. So. MGM prepares to line back up at the 42nd yard line, facing their end zone. They have 4 attempts to be able to try and get to their end zone within the next 7 minutes and 2 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Hopefully there will be a turnover as number 12 on McGill's side receives a snap, throws it to one of his teammates, who is then tackled at the 45-yard line. McGill now has possession of the ball at the 45-yard line. They had this attempt and 2 more afterwards to try and run the ball past our defense and past the line of scrimmage at the 32nd yard line. They make the snap to number 12. Number 12 runs it past the 45-yard line at the 43rd yard line, but is then brought down by the Hornets. McGill still has possession of the ball at the 43rd yard line. They have their third down. Number 12 throws it to, I believe, number 8, who was brought down by 2 of our players near the 40-yard line. They were able to get, I think, about 2 or 3 yards in that last play.
Yeah.
Which brings them into their 4th down with still about 8 yards to go to get past the line of scrimmage.
I think it's so cool how the players look up when like the coaches call
Mhm.
them for the plays.
Yep, they always want to try and listen to the coaches. Um, seems McGill was not willing to try and go for to get past the line of scrimmage. So instead, they got into shotgun formation and kicked the ball off to our Hornets, putting them near the 10-yard line and having to run it basically down the entire field.
Yep.
I know our offense isn't amazing,
The strongest.
the strongest. That's a better word. I know our offense isn't the strongest, but hopefully they'll be able to get past McGill's defense and be able to get some positive yards or at least pass the line of scrimmage within the next 4 downs and the next 4 plays and get closer and closer um, to our end zone. Seems this is not the case, though. We are going into our second down near the 20-yard line. We only have 5 more yards to go in order to get past the line of scrimmage. Or 3 or 4 more yards to go in order to get past the line of scrimmage. So hopefully we'll be able to work our way down the field little by little and be able to get some positive yards.
Wow.
Fortunately,
No hope in that one.
we went for that goal, but we're not able to achieve that goal. But we were able to get a fresh new set of downs near the 20-yard line. And so, as I said earlier, hopefully we're able to do this for the rest of the 4 minutes and 17 seconds left in the third quarter and be able to work our way down the field gradually. There seems to be a little bit of confusion between the Hornets. They keep trying to run it past McGill's defense, but I think we're going to have to take into realization that their defense is
Very strong.
Very strong, is a lot stronger than our offense. So I think we need to allow Reese to try and throw the ball off to one of his wide receivers, or hopefully the running back will be able to run past the defense and be able to get some space to receive the ball. It seems that they took this lesson as Reese throws the ball, but it is
and Kobe had stopped it. It was intercepted.
It was intercepted, and Kobe was able to try and wrestle the ball out of one of the McGill players' hands, but I believe that the ball was still in possession of the McGill team. And with that, we are now heading down to Kayla Littles with a sideline report.
Okay, hello, I am back, and tonight we are honoring Aubrey Nicholas, a 10-year-old girl who was diagnosed with DIPG. And along the fence, we have banners that say hashtag Aubrey's Army, and the Hornet Hooligans are wearing turquoise, which is her favorite color. And we're also selling T-shirts and wristbands at donation stations. So let's just keep Aubrey in our prayers and hope that she pulls through. And back to you guys.
Thank you for that, Kayla.
And as we said earlier, McGill was able to get possession of the ball, and number 2 was able to throw the ball off again to number 14, who was able to get past our defense, get a whole new set of downs, and bring the ball all the way to the 50-yard line. Number 12 now hands off the ball to one of his teammates, number 24, who was brought down at the 39-yard line. This gives them heads them into their second down, and they only need 3 more yards to go in order to get a whole new set of downs by passing the line of scrimmage.
Number 79 on McGill's team seems to be a little bit of pushy, maybe. So big.
You're right.
Push 3 Hornets down.
McGill's able
off to 24, and
ooh.
he took that risk, but
That is always
Kevin is not playing.
that's always scary to me when you see a huge pile of huge people jump
Piling
on
up
top
on
of
each
each
other,
other
exactly.
as they try to wrestle for the ball. That's always I've been on the sideline before, and seeing that up close is scary. But now,
Speaking of sideline, I almost got hit one time.
really,
Crazy.
my first time being on the sideline, they were running past, and I ran the other way. Baker was able to run it down into our end zone, but that's where I was. So a bunch of huge football players at me scared me, and as I ran the other way, I would not make a good football player. McGill was able to just achieve positive yards, giving them their second down, and they have about 5 yards to go until they pick up a new set of downs as passing the line of scrimmage, and they only have 30 yards to go in order to get into their end zone with 1 minute and 10 seconds left in the third quarter. As number 12 throws the ball off to number 3, is able to get past a couple lines of defense, but is eventually brought down at the 19th yard line. That was 3 Hornets on top of him.
Number 1 got squished.
Yep, like a bug. And he was able to try and fight off 3, but he was eventually brought down. That was a good fight by the McGill, though. As we now have 45 seconds and counting left in the third quarter, number 12 pretends to throw the ball.
Wow. You know what? And I actually looked like, oh, he threw the ball.
That
Great fake.
That was a good fake. Those are always my favorite plays is when they pretend to hand it off, or pretend to throw it, but really handed it off. It didn't work out for them in the end, though, as they were stuck in the middle by Baker's defense and still have their second down, and were even brought back to get even further behind the line of scrimmage.
And number 16 is brought down.
Yep, number 16.
By number 3.
Number 16 was able to retrieve the ball, but then was brought down
by Dylan
at the 10-yard line.
Great job, Dylan.
And that is the end of third quarter as we head into fourth quarter with a score of 38-6.
Excuse me,
And with that, we will be right back after a video from our sponsors.
We at Seymour are very proud to be working with the students in our partnering schools. In fact, the broadcast that you are currently watching is all student-led. This is our first full season working with these student broadcasting teams, and we are very excited about the progress they are making. It is students that are running the sound, shooting the video, directing and producing the broadcast, and some are even doing the play-by-play and color commentary.
It'll be 1st and 10 inside Foley territory. Rajay's in the shotgun, and he's going to fake the handoff to set again, and Rajay's going to go for about 7 or 8 more yards, and the Canes are driving on him, Josh.
Our entire program at Seymour is centered around the development of students for the workforce, and we are committed to training our students to deliver a quality product.
Hello and welcome back to Davidson Media, a Warrior-built network. I'm your host here, Jackson Kraft.
So thank you for watching this student broadcast powered by Seymour. And be sure to continue your support of this fine school in all of its academic and athletic affairs.
And we're back as we start off the fourth quarter with McGill having possession of the ball. They are only almost 15 yards away from their end zone. And they just tried to throw it to one of their teammates in the end zone. But fortunately for us, unfortunately for them, the pass is incomplete. MGM now lines up is their 4th down. So I believe they're going to try and go for a field goal to get another 3 points added to their score, putting them at 41. It seems that they are doing this as their kicker lines up at the 18th yard line. He kicks the ball. It looks good to me. And the kick is good, putting their score at 41-6. This is sad for Baker,
It's
to be
okay,
honest.
Hornets. Kind of prepared for this in a way.
Yes, we had already realized that this was a very competitive game, that it was good competition, about the unlikeliness of us taking home the win, but there's always that hope. And there's even the hope that we might be able to even come back, even if it's just being able to get some points on the board, a couple more points on the board, hopefully another touchdown or even a field goal, possibly a safety, being able to get a few more points on the board before going home tonight. Baker is now lining up to receive the kickoff from the McGill Yellow Jackets. Some of the fans on Baker's side are being very passionate about tonight's so far loss.
Well, let's just pack up and go.
McGill lines up with their kicker number 32, getting ready to kick the ball. As he does, he kicks it all the way down to the goal line.
And Kobe is taking his chances.
Yep, he's able to
Kobe
run past.
Wow.
He was able to get past several lines of defense on McGill's side, but he also had the help of many of his teammates fending them off as he was able to run past, and even to the 40-yard line on McGill's side.
Kobe really makes me
Yes, he's a
so excited to watch football.
he's a very important player. He has spirit. He has talent. We can obviously see his talent throughout this game and throughout the season, and hopefully he's able to continue this.
The ball is snapped, handed off to Kobe, and he is taking his chances once again. Wow.
I'm sorry. Oh, that was scary. I just saw a guy do a flip. That was our center,
Wow.
number
Big
68.
guy.
Yep, he was able to do a flip over one of the players. That was Braxton Webster.
Braxton?
Baker now has possession of the ball at the 45-yard line with 11 minutes left in the game. At our second down, they prepare to snap the ball off to Reese. Reese hands the ball off to number 21, who is unfortunately brought down at the 44th-yard line. This now puts us at our third down with 7 yards to go in order to pass the line of scrimmage and get a whole new set of downs. I'm hoping that we'll be able to do this within these next two plays, but who knows at this point.
10 minutes and 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
I'm sure that there will be no stopping the clock, that they might just let it run for timeouts or. Baker snaps the ball. Reese throws it off to number 7. It was an incomplete pass as number 21 rushes up on number 7, and he drops the ball. And this puts Baker now at our fourth down, and I'm afraid that they're just going to have to kick it at this point. We're too close to allow McGill to get any closer to their end goal, so Baker lines up with into shotgun formation, allowing Robert Malone, number 47, to get ready to kick the ball off. He kicks the ball and kicks it all the way down to the 25th-yard line.
Wow, the Yellow Jackets were not playing. They were not about to let Baker get that in.
You're right. Number 8 went to go catch the ball, but unfortunately it went through his arms, hit the ground as Baker Hornets rushed up to get the ball. He fell on top of it in order to prevent them from getting a turnover. McGill now lines up near the 27th yard line on Baker's side. They have a strong offense. We have a pretty strong defense. Hopefully we're able to hold off their offense for the time being. And it seems that they are trying to run the clock down, so a timeout has been called. And the clock has been stopped, so there is no just running the clock. So it seems that the ref is talking to one of our players, number 29. That is Christian Harrell. Not sure what they had to talk about, but
Right?
so I can see our team sporting the pink tonight. I'm not really sure what that is for.
Maybe breast cancer?
Yep, it is for breast cancer awareness. So glad to see that our team is supporting that tonight, as each player is wearing socks and wristbands that each have a bright pink on it. McGill has possession of the ball near the 25th yard line. They snap the ball and try to run it through our defense. Aren't able to get very far, only to the 27th yard line. Our defense is toughening up a little bit against their offense. They've learned some of their maneuvers, some of their plays, and are trying to prevent them from getting any further into the game, but there seemed to be a little bit of confusion in that last play.
A lot.
Yeah, it seemed that two McGill players, neither were willing to let go of the ball, as one tried to hand it off to the other and struggled to release the ball, which eventually let the player with the ball fall and fumble. This now puts McGill at their third down near the 28th yard line with only 8 minutes and 36 seconds left in the game. He hands the ball off to number 12. Number 12 runs it to near the 30-yard line, putting them at their
Number 32.
Yep. This puts them at their fourth down, and I think they're gonna have to. I think they're gonna choose to kick it, as our return team heads out there. I believe they're going to kick it. McGill lines up into shotgun formation in order to prevent our Hornets from getting any closer to their end goal. They kicked the ball off to the Hornets. We had a player there. He was unable to get possession of the ball. He had it in his hands, but he fumbled and it fell to the ground. And then
Maybe slippery. Maybe the ball was slippery. We're just going to say the ball was slippery.
Yep, it's all the ball's fault. Covered in butter, I guess. And it fell to the ground as McGill and Baker struggled for possession of it. And I believe in the end, Baker received possession. I'm not sure. Nope, it seems that all in all, McGill was able to get possession of the ball at the 40-yard line on Baker's side. He snaps the ball. Number 6 was able to get possession of the ball and tries to run it through our defensive line, but was brought down at the 39-yard line, putting them into their second down. We only have 7 minutes and 20 seconds left. Do you think that McGill will be able to get another touchdown within these last couple minutes?
No. Maybe not.
It seemed like their strong suit was allowing their quarterback to throw the ball to one of the wide receivers, or allowing their running back to run forward to retrieve the ball. But it seems as if they're trying to just run it through the defense now. I think that they might, although they are trying to get some more points on the board, that they're also just trying to run down the clock in order to prevent Baker from retrieving any points. But number 12, quarterback, threw it to number 14, but he was pushed out onto the sideline at the 25-yard line.
Number 16.
Oh, number 16, my bad. That was their fourth. They're now headed into their fourth down. This is their last chance in order to get past the line of scrimmage, and I think that they're just going to kick it now. I believe that is their goal, to get as far as possible. Number 24, I believe, was able to kick the ball. We were able to get possession of the ball. It is a fair catch, as we are not willing to try and run it past all the McGill players. We only have 6 minutes and 26 seconds left in the game.
I mean, just sitting here like, I learned one of their plays already.
Yeah. Yep.
It's nice how he acts like he's throwing the ball, but actually just handed it off. It's pretty cool.
Our offense runs out to line up, unfortunately, at the goal line, but not our goal line. Hopefully, the McGill Yellow Jackets are not able to get possession of the ball. That would be lethal at this point if they were able to get past our end zone.
We still have a lot of Hornet fans left.
You're right.
I support the kids in Aubrey.
Baker has possession of the ball. They had their second down, and they seem to try and run it through McGill's defense, but we're not able to get very far. That boy is fast. Number 74 is very fast.
I thought I was seeing slow motion for a second.
That was it. And there goes number 4.
Because I think they get a flag if they don't
have the
enough, if
proper
they have more
amount
than
of
enough players out on the field.
So they always want to be careful of that, but that boy was fast. My goodness. We only have 4 minutes and 50 seconds left in the game. We have possession of the ball. We're not able to get any further. And as we head into our fourth down, I'm hoping that we will kick the ball off because we are way too close to MGM's goal line.
Well, that's funny because number 74 that was running so fast is 320. He is fast.
He's very fast.
So we have 4 minutes and 30 seconds left.
4 minutes, 30 seconds left. We are lined up at the 5-yard line. Baker still has possession of the ball. It's their third down. They need to get some yards here, but this is not the case as we are brought down at the 5-yard line by the McGill players. And our kick team heads out there to be able to kick the ball off. And heading into shotgun formation. Hopefully, number 7, Robert Malone, will be able to kick the ball far enough that it is quite impossible for McGill to be able to get any more points this game. We prepare to snap the ball. Snap's made. Robert receives the ball. And McGill was able to get possession of the ball.
Wow.
I'm not really sure how that happened.
Okay, so he went for the kick.
He went for the
and
kick.
He ran and took the ball.
And instead, one of the McGill players ran and took the ball. I'm not sure if that's classified as a touchdown. I'm hoping that
Touchdown, McGill.
It was a touchdown.
Wow.
That puts them at 47-6. They are beating us by 41 points. Okay.
Well,
I'm pretty sure that we can call the game. I'm hoping that we're able to get some more points, but it seems unlikely with only 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game. McGill lines up to get an extra point for their field goal. I think the cook is good, so do the refs, which puts them at 48-6. That is 8 times our score.
wow.
It seems that McGill will be keeping their undefeated status, and if they continue their season as they have so far, they will be able to have an undefeated status throughout the season. So we wish them the best of luck this season, and we wish our players the best of luck that they might be able to defeat
Learn
MGM and Foley in the next 2 games.
And actually learn from these losses they have to.
And yes, hopefully the coaches will be able to work with the players, and they'll be able to work on the plays that need some work. All of them,
just a
maybe?
little bit more work.
McGill kicks the ball down to the Hornets. The catch is good, and he went to go run for it, but the ref disagreed with that call. We only have 30 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game with a score of 48-6. It's not looking good for our Hornets. Baker now has possession of the ball at the 20-yard line. It is their first down. He hands it off to one of the players. He lost the ball, but it was also picked up by another Hornet, so there was no chance that a McGill player was able to sneak in there and get possession of the ball, thankfully. Baker lines up again at the 22nd-yard line with their second down and 2 minutes and 45 seconds left in the game. I think they're just going to let the clock tick down by now. I think McGill's coaches are happy with their score. They're not going to try and go for any more, just try and prevent Baker from getting any further. Baker tries to run past McGill's defense, but this is not a good idea, as we were not able to get any further than we have been before and are brought down. I think at this point we just need to throw the ball, throw it as far as we can, and hopefully one of our players will be there to catch it and try to defend our ball and try to get McGill's defense as far away from the ball as possible. Fortunately, this is not.
The ball was handed off to 21.
And he's able to run past it and is able to get down all the way to the 40-yard line, past the line of scrimmage, so we now have a new set of downs. That was a good play. That was a good play, though. I was not expecting that.
Should have been doing that the whole game.
True. Very true. This now gives us possession of the ball. We only have 1 minute and 31 seconds left in the game. We are at the 40-yard line, and we have 10 yards to go to get a new set of downs. Reese hands it off to a player who is brought down near the 45-yard line. We were able to get a few yards there, but not enough to get past the line of scrimmage.
So now we just have a minute left in the fourth quarter.
A minute left, second down. Almost 60 yards to go. So I think the chances of us getting a touchdown are very slim at this point. As I said earlier, they should try and stop trying to fight our way through McGill's defense and just need to to rely on Reese to let him throw the ball as far as possible. We have a good quarterback. We have good receivers. We just need to let our offense protect those players and not let McGill's defense get any closer.
Well, it's all on the coach's call, so maybe Reese should just follow his heart.
Hopefully, without getting kicked off the team. We only have 10 seconds left in the game.
The ball is dropped. Reese did not get the ball.
I'm not really sure what happened there. The clock, 3, 2, and the game is over.
Thank you so much, Hornet fans, for letting us commentate for y'all tonight.
This has been an interesting game with a closing score of 48-6. It seems that McGill will be taking home the win tonight with a undefeated record this season of 8-0. We wish them the best of luck continuing on in their next 2 games. Hopefully they will be able to keep their undefeated status, and hopefully we will be able to defeat MGM and Foley in these next 2 games and increase our status even just a little bit. Bye. Thank
Good
you.
night.
We at Seymour are very proud to be working with the students in our partnering schools. In fact, the broadcast that you are currently watching is all student-led. This is our first full season working with these student broadcasting teams, and we are very excited about the progress they are making. It is students that are running the sound, shooting the video, directing and producing the broadcast, and some are even doing the play-by-play and color commentary.
It'll be 1st and 10 inside Foley territory. Rajay's in the shotgun, and he's going to fake the handoff to Set again, and Rajay's going to go for about 7 or 8 more yards, and the Canes are driving on him, Josh.
Our entire program at Seymour is centered around the development of students for the workforce, and we are committed to training our students to deliver a quality product.
Hello and welcome back to Davidson Media, a Warrior Built Network. I'm your host here, Jackson Kraft.
So thank you for watching this student broadcast powered by Seymour. And be sure to continue your support of this fine school in all of its academic and athletic affairs.